Testing, 1, 2. Ooh, hello. This is rather close, isn't it? Hello. Actually, why have I got these on? I don't need. So welcome back to another episode of ASMR with your host, Ollie Parker. Today, I'll be answering some questions, but I won't be doing it in this voice. Alright, question 1. Do I play any other instruments? Apart from trumpet and flugelhorn, play a bit of trombone, but only ever really play trombone live in gigs if I'm depping for the main trombone player. I did my grades on drums years ago. I did the rock school syllabus. I do play piano a little bit, but I think I'm only knowledgeable in chords. Okay, who is the GOAT? Who is the greatest of all time? I assume you mean trumpet player. I'm going to be a bit unconventional. If you guys haven't checked out Jerome Burns on YouTube, he basically transcribes guitar solos and plays them on a trumpet, and they're just absolutely ridiculous. Alright, what kind of practice do you usually do? Well, here's the thing. No, in all seriousness, I don't have a practice routine. It's partly laziness. It's pretty much 100% laziness. Where do you come from? I am from England, UK, grew up in Surrey, which is near London, and I'm based in Birmingham at the moment. What's your secret when playing fast passages? Well, you know how on YouTube you've got that kind of 0.5 speed? Well, that's what I do with real life. I just slow down the rotation of the earth, and then I'll play at a sort of normal speed. I'll record it and then obviously switch the earth's rotation back to normal speed. It took me years to actually figure out how to do it. It just requires a lot of willpower. Oh, what am I saying? There isn't really a secret. It's just playing it over and over again until I can actually play it cleanly, whatever the passage is, and playing it slowly to start off with, which I still don't do. You should definitely start playing slowly and then incrementally get faster, use a metronome or something, but I'm too lazy for that, so I just try and play it fast and then keep playing it fast until I can play it right. I should really sort my practice out, man. Did you start by playing classic and then learn jazz, or did you... I actually did start with classical, I guess it's called. I've never learned jazz. I mean, I'd be kind of interested to, but I also... No. Okay, which artists are your biggest inspiration, like your playing style? So they are all guitarists, obviously, because I'm a trumpet player, and why would you be inspired by trumpet players? That's just rookie error, isn't it? I'm joking. But they are all guitarists. So John Brown from Monuments, Owain, Jack Gardner, Aaron Marshall from Intervals, Pliny, Mark, Misha and Jake from Periphery. All of those guitarists for me are what makes my style, I think. How can I do improvisation on trumpet? You've probably noticed a lot of the time I just try and stick to one note just for a little bit of a solo. And that's just because it's quite fun to stick to one note and try and get the most out of it rhythmically or through dynamics and articulation. For me, improv is like a journey. You can really start off extremely simply, and then once the listener is kind of attuned to what's going on, then you can start getting a bit more complex, adding more notes, adding just more variety. What was the best way to learn double and triple tonguing? Well, for me it was playing the Carnival of Venice every day until I could play it. Why did you start playing trumpet? Well, it was originally because I wanted to play trombone, but I was too small, so we went to a brass teacher and he said start on the trumpet, and been playing ever since. What's your practice routine? Alright, well, another thing on the practice, actually, when I'm doing a lot of my solos and stuff, that is in effect practice. Part of the reason why I started up YouTube and I was doing Instagram way before YouTube was because I wasn't playing and I wanted to find a way to enjoy playing, and I found that posting videos really got me into just playing. So it's the same now when I'm doing solos or when I'm just writing tunes with trumpet parts in them. I'll practice those a fair amount beforehand and then I'll record it. So I do practice, but not in the conventional way of scales, arpeggios, lip trills, whatever it is. What's your favourite colour? Turquoise? Turquoise? However you say it. Do you prefer regular or extra cheddar goldfish? Oh, well, I'm glad you asked, actually. I was hoping this question would come up. The answer is regular. Do you speak Portuguese? No, I speak a tiny bit of Spanish, but I'm an Englishman, so don't ask me to speak anything other than English. It would be catastrophic. Would you ever try playing the euphonium? Yeah, sure, I'd be happy to try it. I actually tried my friend's French horn a couple of weeks ago, which was very strange because it was very similar to the trumpet, but also not at all. I don't know what the euphonium's like, but I can't imagine it's that different to a trombone, but feel free to tell me I'm wrong in the comments. What does your practice sessions include? Oh my god. You're really like twisting in the knife now, aren't you? Yeah, so I do a little bit of lip slurring and other stuff. Big focus on the other stuff. What ways / tools did you improve to improv? That was a very confusing sentence. My brain understood it, but my face didn't. One of the good things to do is actually just writing very short phrases. They can be like 5 notes long. You know, something similar to the unspeakable lip. Once you've got like 3 or 5 phrases, head over to YouTube, just find a backing track, 12 bar blues for example, and then try and implement that little phrase that you created into the track and just play it through and see where it works. And if it doesn't work, maybe the notes is just like 1 semitone out or something. If you do that over several weeks, you'll kind of build up a bank of loads of little licks and phrases that you can hopefully remember as well. Because at the end of the day, improv is just a lot of very small phrases played together when you break it down. On a quick side note, I just wanted to thank you all so much for the 100k subs. It's kind of weird thinking about how many people that actually is, and especially like it's just me. It feels like quite a small channel, but there are so many people out there that listen to my music and stuff, so yeah, thank you so much. I got sent this a couple days ago, so I'm gonna open it now with my keys. Started this channel not very long ago, so to actually like have it grow like it has done. So there it is. So not sure if that's actually picking up on the camera. Anyway, let's get back to the questions. Favorite jazzer? So I would say Mark Lettieri. He's got his own solo stuff. He's a guitarist, but he plays with Snarky Puppy and Fearless Flyers, and he's done some stuff recently with Ghost Note. Do I give lessons? Yes, just send me an email. What model are you, a trumpet and flugelhorn? So my trumpet, yeah, is Barkstrad model 37. My flugelhorn is a Yamaha custom M&M. Actually, I will say the M&M is probably one of my biggest inspirations. His rhythmic delivery and also his articulation as well. Like, you know, he can have very legato phrases and then really staccato, which is definitely something that I do quite often. So what recording software do you use? I use Logic Pro X. How long have you been playing for? 20 years, but not every day for 20 years. So I've had big breaks in between. Why not get a new mouthpiece or trumpet? They cost a lot. Oh, thank you. Well, to quote Todd Howard, all of it just works. My mouthpiece is fine. I've had it for so long, I wouldn't know what to do with any other mouthpiece. It would just feel wrong, I guess, because I'm so used to this one. And the same with the trumpet, probably. I would like to get a new trumpet just to see what else is out there. But yeah, it just works for me, so I don't really feel the need to actually get anything different. Do you have a favourite music video? I do. It's called Toilet by Clowncore. I will let you look that up and you can thank me later. What do you consider perfect introductory jazz? I really shouldn't be answering any jazz related questions, I feel, but I guess the real book. What's the best way to practice? Make sure each time you practice, you actually enjoy it. If you're not enjoying it, you're not going to practice, and then you're not going to be consistent. So do something that is actually fun to play. How do you get so good at? Oh, I mean, I guess it's just the commitment and the drive to just keep playing, really. Do you like Star Wars? I do like Star Wars. The OG Star Wars, that's where it's at. How's life? But it's good. It's busy. It's interesting because I didn't think I wanted to be a busy person. But making videos, writing music, I do quite a lot of gigs as well. It's quite time consuming and there's always something to work towards, which is really nice. It's all about the happiness of the pursuit rather than the pursuit of happiness. And I definitely connect with that because as soon as I finished writing something or completing a project or releasing music, a few days later I'm like, right, what can I do now? You know, I can't just sit around doing nothing. What if Slim Shady had a trumpet solo? Oh, Anthony. Let's move on. What's the best way to get a smooth tone? Honestly, there's no best way. It's being consistent with playing and your tone will get better, but it just takes years, unfortunately. There's no quick hack for it. Improv tips, transcribing other people's solos as well. Feel free to download some of my PDFs that I've made on various videos. What has been your biggest inspiration to improve? Actually, recording yourself is a really good tip because then you'll actually listen back and go, oh God, that sounds absolutely terrible. So then you'll keep recording or practicing that little bit until it sounds pretty good. It's really interesting actually how out of tune and out of time you don't realize you are until you record yourself. Do you plan on being in more live shows? Yeah, so the answer is yes, but organising a solo tour honestly just fills me with dread. So I'm not going to do that yet. I do play a lot live, but it's mainly just with other bands and ensembles rather than my own stuff. Where do you get the inspiration for your solos and how would it take to make them? So inspiration wise, that is just the music that I listen to. Progressive metal, it's very rhythmic and very focused on articulation. You've probably noticed a lot of my solos melodically are not the most complicated. Tonally, it's very centered on the key that's there. Articulation wise, I try and get the most out of that, and also the rhythms can be pretty wild that I end up doing. How long would it take to make them? It depends. Sometimes it literally takes like 20 minutes, half an hour. Sometimes more complicated ones can take a few hours. How do I decide on what to play? Sometimes I hear a song and it immediately, I can hear a trumpet solo. Other times I'm just kind of intrigued where it's like, I don't think it would work, but I'm kind of want to try. Sometimes it's literally just I listen to a song that morning and I'm really inspired to just add a solo to it. What's your favourite piece to play? I think over the years I'd probably have to say Carnival of Venice. It's just fun in every sense, like it's got everything. How do you find motivation to practice and what is your practice routine? So yeah, the motivation is me just making videos. Practice routine is... Next question. Where did you study? So I was privately taught for a long time. I actually studied at Royal Birmingham Conservatoire. I did the music technology course. The equipment that I use, so this is a Neumann TLM 103, going into an Audience ID14 interface, then into my laptop, into Logic Pro. Job done. 3 questions. Crikey. Okay. How's Coalescence Volume 2 going? It's it's good. It's taking a very long time. I've done 3 of the 5 tracks. Here's a sample of the first one. The second one. And the third one. So yeah, they're all very different, but I'm really excited. I think it's the best stuff that I've written, recorded, mixed, whatever. What are your hobbies? So I don't really have many hobbies because part of my... Alright, this is going to sound extremely lame, but I really like programming drums. Are you dating anyone? I am actually. I've been dating her for a very long time. It is, of course, the Boxtrad. Who got you into music? I think it was my parents, really. Yeah, they just played loads of CDs and stuff, and apparently I'd literally just stand next to the speakers and just stare at the CD case. What a weirdo. If you could pick up a new instrument, what would it be? I really want to try the cymbalum or the hammered dulcimer. I don't know if those are the same things, but the thing where you have like a spoon, I know it's not a spoon, I'm really selling it, aren't I? And then you kind of hit a kind of harp that's lying down. This is a terrible description of what it is, but it sounds really cool. What is your full range on the trumpet? Yeah, top E is actually basically the highest I will play on a video, because anything above that is very hit and miss. I prefer just playing the notes that I can play well and just kind of stick to that. Alright, so thank you so much for everyone that's been watching my videos. It's really cool to kind of have like an actual community of trumpet players and or just musicians or people that just like listening, which is really nice. I'll be releasing some new music very soon. Just give me a couple more weeks, maybe months. Yeah, thank you so much again, and see you in the next one.